Hey guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. Welcome to part 2 of building my 5700 mining rig. So I'm finally gonna put in 5 more of the 5700s on this rig, and we shall finally see, how much power consumption this whole rig is going to take. And currently it's taking about 192 watts at the wall for the total system. Thank you Space Goats for this meter, and as well, you guys probably saw in the last episode we were testing out this meter right here with this single 5700, and we figured out that the riser was really not using much power. And you guys can see here, I'm utilizing SATA right now for the PCIe riser, and thanks by the way to GPUrisers.com. They sent me a few packs of GPU risers, as you guys can see, so I'm going to be using these for my 5700 rig as well. Okay, so thanks to them. And yeah, so SATA is totally fine to use on these GPUs if you have the right power supply. So the part 1 video, you guys left a lot of comments, and a lot of people said they have been using SATA for their mining rigs for a long time and had no issues. But then there are some of you who said, I burnt some SATA cables here and there, but consensus was generally that SATA cables are fine, depending on the power supply and all that kind of stuff, and the power consumption coming from the GPU and all that kind of stuff. I will have another video comparing different GPUs when I go to my main mining location, because I was talking to a few crypto mining OGs, and they all said that SATA cabling for the PCIe riser is totally fine, but we have to watch out for how much clean power is being delivered, alright? So having a really good power supply really matters for using SATA cables. You have to make sure that the power delivery going into the GPU, such as the 8-pin or 6-pin going to the GPU, is really good. What I've learned so far is that, Radeon 7s, 1080 Ti's, high-end GPUs that have dual 8-pins are completely fine to use SATA, because most of the power is being drawn to the GPU through the PCIe plugs anyway, okay? And then the SATA cable, as you guys saw in the first video for this 5700, was only using about 2 or 3 watts going to the riser. And then I did make another video prior testing out the meter here, and I showed you guys my Radeon 7 was using like 6 watts on the riser, and these GPUs as well were using like less than 6 watts as well. So, but anyways, that's neither here or there. I will have a separate video talking about SATA and testing out different GPUs that have like 1 PCIe power, and then we'll see how much power is being used by the riser for PCIe on the 6-pin. Anyways, I'm going to populate my 5700 rig, and you guys can see here I have a few more Asus 5700s, and I did buy a few more locally. They were on sale, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy 3 more. So I have 6 Asus Evo Duals. I'm probably gonna put all these 6 on a single frame later on in another video, but for this video I'm just gonna populate it with this XFX Thick Edition 5700 XT and 4 Asus Evo Duals. Okay, so I'm gonna put those on this rig in this video. I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna put in the XFX Thick 3, alright? So give me a second, just gonna unbox this. Okay, this card is super thick. Holy smoke, look at this thing, guys. It is extremely heavy. Wow, hold on, let me put this by the Red Devil just to compare here. Holy smoke. The XFX is definitely longer than the Red Devil, as you guys can see, but the thickness is actually pretty comparable to the Red Devil. That's insane, man. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a GPUrisers.com riser on this thing, and then I'm gonna plug it in, and we'll see if HiveOS can see this XFX card, alright? So give me 1 second. Oh yeah, this one has dual 8-pin. Oh. Okay, so HiveOS registers the XFX 5700 as an XT. You guys can see it is Micron memory, and the temperatures right now, well, it's not hashing, but you can see the idle temperatures is 44 degrees and 58 degrees on the memory. And you guys can see the overclocks I'm going to use. It's just a safe overclock, and I was getting about 56 to 57 mega hash on my Power Color Red Devil with these settings, but Silicon Lottery, whatever, it's all going to be different anyway. So we'll see what my XFX will do, alright? So let me go ahead and get it mining. Look at the nice little blue LEDs on there, and as well as GPUrisers.com riser, looks pretty good. And yeah, this is looking pretty nice, guys. Look at this. Okay, so it looks like it is mining right now, and I think we're getting about now it's ramping up, 340, 350, 320 watts, 340. Okay, so I think it's stuck right there. Let's go see what the hash rates are. Okay, Looks pretty good, and they're mining right now 56.6 mega hash on the Red Devil and 53 mega hash on the XFX. And I will do BIOS modding on the third part video. Okay, so once I get all these 6 GPUs in, then I will do some BIOS modding. But you guys can see it looks like it's mining right now, and it's showing like 124 watts, but that may change after the BIOS mod for the XFX. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this go for a little longer, and then we'll put in the Asus Evo Dual and make sure everything's okay first. Okay, so after about 10 minutes, it looks like the temperatures are rising on the XFX. A little bit higher than I want. It says 57 degrees and 80 on the temperature, but I'm sure this might go a lot longer. Once I add in the other 4 GPUs, it might get a bit hot. So I was hoping for a little bit better in terms of power consumption, but you know what? We're gonna have to fine tune that once we get all the GPUs in. Okay guys, so I'm not gonna bore you in putting the other 4 Asus Evo Duals in, so I'm just going to do the unpacking offline here and get the GPUs in and make sure they all show up in Hive OS. So you guys will see this whole rig populated in 3, 2, 1, boom. There you go. You guys can see I have the 5700s populated, and yeah, these Asus Evo Duals look pretty cool. I like their like little RGB light thing going on here, and as well as the XFX 5700 XT Thick 3 edition. This thing is pretty cool, but there's not really any RGB or anything on this one, it's just black. Okay, so I already have the rig running, and I can see all the cards in Hive OS. So, and before I show you that, I just want to show you guys down here, I haven't cable managed anything, and pretty standard. You guys are wondering how I probably have the power cables plugged in. So these 2 GPUs, the Red Devil and the XFX, I have plugged in with SATA, but there's only 1 strand per each 5700, okay? So I have a separate SATA cable coming from the power supply. Sorry that it's really dark right now, I'm recording this at nighttime. But I have 2 single strands, SATA strands, that are coming out of the power supply, 4 actually, but the 2 are going into the 5700s on this side here. Okay, so I have a SATA cable that's coming out of 1 strand and another SATA cable going into another strand into the PCIe riser. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, these 2 right here, I have PCIe plugged into everything, the GPU and the riser. I'm using 2 of the power cables that have the dual split from the power supply. So the PCIe cables into the EVGA. It came with 2 PCIe cables that are already split, so I just split the 6-pin for the riser and the other 6-pin. So you can see here there's an 8-pin and a 6-pin, so I have the 6-pin, and the other 6-pin that goes into the riser is being split off a splitter. But then you guys can see the split here. I have the full 8-pin going into the GPU. Alright, so that's the 2, these are PCIe. Now this 5th one here is running off a Molex connector. You guys can see right there, it's not SATA, but it's Molex. It's the 4-pin Molex. I have that going into the SATA, and then I have one of the PCIe cables, it's coming out of the power supply of course, being split off into the power for the GPU, 8-pin and a 6-pin. And then the last one here is SATA as well. Okay, so this one is using a SATA adapter, as you guys can see, on its own single strand from the power supply. Alright, so that's how I have it set up for the whole rig. Okay, so let's see, it's been running now for a little bit, and let's see the amazing temperatures we have on this rig. Let me just give it a reset here. Okay, so just to show you guys, all 6 of these 5700s and the XT XFX down here is all Micron memory. And you guys can see right now, I don't have them BIOS modded. Only my Red Devil is BIOS modded with the 1500 RAM timings and up. So you guys can see I have I'm getting like 57, 58 mega hash right now. And all the other cards right now are posting about 53 mega hash across the board. But in the next video, I will BIOS mod these 5, and you guys will see different hash rates. But you guys can see right now, we have some temperature issues going on, and of course, it's happening to the Asus cards. Alright, so the Power Color Red Devil, it's showing about 48 Celsius at the GPU, and then 80 degrees at the memory temperature. So that's fine, that's totally perfect. The XFX Thick 3 edition one is showing 57 degrees and 80 Celsius, so that one's really good as well. So these two cards, obviously, these two cards are doing really well. But the Asus Duals, the 4 Asus Duals I have here are a little bit hotter. But in terms of like the GPU die temperature, it seems to be fine, like 58 degrees, 58, 60, and 57. And yeah, that seems to be fine. But it's where the memory temperature, it seems to be really hot. So 96 degrees, 90 degrees, 102, and 92. So I'm not sure if that's actually okay to run long term. Probably not. I have seen reports online and other YouTubers, like not crypto mining YouTubers, but tech YouTubers talk about 5700s and 5700 XTs having high memory temperatures. So, you know, some people say you have to replace the thermal pads on these. Funny thing that I noticed is these 3 Asus ones, number 0, 1, and 4, are made in Taiwan. And then the second one here is made in China. So that one's actually the hottest here at 102 degrees. But yeah, I can show you guys on this GPU, it says it's made in Taiwan. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really small. And this one's made in Taiwan. This one's made in China. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that word right there, but it says made in China. And this is the GPU that's like at 102 memory temperature. But all the other ones here, like says made in Taiwan, don't know if you guys can see that, and this one as well. The other 3 still have high memory temperatures, but you know, the one that says 102 right now, let me refresh this, says 104. Oh man, it's creeping up higher because it's actually getting pretty hot in my room because I have the door closed and I don't want my baby to wake up. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out or return these cards, but maybe I will do a video of changing the thermal pads or something on the memory, on the GDDR6 memory, to see if it'll help. I totally forgot to talk about my overclocks, but I'll do that for the next video. But you can see generally what I have here. And it's a funny thing to note, the made in Taiwan Asus Evo Duals are showing 76 to 72 to 78 6 watts. But at the wall, okay, I'll show you at the wall, it's like the whole rig right now is almost using 1,000 watts. You guys can see at the wall, okay, the power cable is going directly into the 1200 watt PSU, and this whole rig, including the fans, which is like I think 20 watts or something, and all the GPU fans are at like 100% or so. Everything is taking about 1,000 watts, so I think that's really high. I definitely need to fine-tune this rig a lot more, and I will do that in the third part video. But if you guys have any suggestions or any concerns or anything like that, please let me know down below. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of all the numbers that you guys just saw and the temperatures and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching. I'm not done yet with this rig, okay? So stay tuned for the BIOS modding and fine-tuning this rig in Hive OS. Maybe we'll try another OS or something, I'm not sure. All right, so have a good one, guys, and peace out.